we notice a few things about Broadcom's revenue looking back a decade from 2016 to 2024, the most recent trailing 12-month period we have data for. It's increased from 13 billion to 52 billion. That's a phenomenal increase, nearly 4x, good for a compounded annual growth rate of 19%. We also see a big spike here from 23 to 24, from 36 billion to 52 billion. That's mostly related to an acquisition of VMware that the company made, which then they incorporate the revenue into their own revenue, and that creates a surge in revenue. So I mentioned that they recently made an acquisition, and you can see the impact of the acquisition here in their return on invested capital from 2023 to 2024, a big drop from 26 to 8%. And this almost always happens when a company makes an acquisition. Their cash flow from operations to sales ratio similarly took a big dip because of the acquisition, falling from 50% down to 39%. Otherwise, Broadcom is one of the most profitable companies in the world when measured by operating cash flow to sales or when measuring by operating margin. And so let's look at valuation now. So let's look at the market multiples, where Broadcom is trading at a forward PE of 45 and a forward price to operating cash flow also of 45. So I also calculated a fair value for Broadcom utilizing my proprietary DCF framework, and I updated my calculation today, and Broadcom got a big increase. Previously, I had calculated an intrinsic value around 290, and I incorporated new metrics, new growth prospects for the company's free cash flow starting in fiscal year 2027, which the analysts on Wall Street believe the company will generate billions more in revenue than they initially expected to begin 2025. It signed so many lucrative deals. And so the intrinsic value per share increased to 374 compared to the current market price of 381. According to this valuation method, it looks fairly valued. According to the forward multiples method, it looks slightly overvalued. Looking at it comprehensively, the business looks, I would say, slightly overvalued. And so I've had the stock rated as a hold since October 13th, and I'm going to reiterate that rating. I think this price is a little bit too high at the current market prices given the current environment. I would like to see something like 10 to 15% lower for this stock before I started becoming interested in buying this stock going forward for 2026.
Click the link below to watch the full video.